All right, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back-to-back update and information as the world. In case you have not joined our social media handle, what are you waiting for? Kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you will be the first. We'll collect them. Let's go down to the news proper concerning what happened in Oboji in Anambra State. The information has reached us that the people who perpetrated that crime are also from Abakaliki. Remember that something happened in Abakaliki the other day where uh, in a gathering of Abakaliki Union, a set of people came there and opened fire on the individuals who were having that meeting. And that resulted to chaos that was supposed to, bring about issue between the Anambra state government and Ebonyi state government. But as the investigation commenced, it happened that the people who perpetrated this crime are also from Abakaliki. It was as a, I mean, are also from Ebonyi State, Abakaliki. It was as a result of clash between the union members. They were dragged for leadership, Tozo for leadership, who becomes the latest leader. That was what resulted to that particular killing that took the life of about 10 persons and injured several others in Oboji in Anambra State. So as it is now, Anambra State has been vindicated, and I think that Ebonyi people also should start looking into this matter and find out what actually happened. But as it is, the Anambra State Police Command is still investigating the matter. But the current information now is that the people who perpetrated this crime also are from Ebonyi State, and they are part of that particular meeting. They are members of the meeting. But as a result of tussle for leadership, that was what resulted to that killing. All right, Police Inspector Afolabi Ademola dies after he was crushed by a truck at checking point in Ogun State. All right, this one is a lesson to police people. If you are a policeman, or your brother is a policeman, or your father, or maybe your mother, or any of your family member, this is a lesson to them. This policeman, Afolabi, was crushed by a truck at the checking point. If you see how these police people usually stop vehicles, most times they feel as if that, they do not die, they have second life. Your work is not to be extorting people, and most times you see these drivers get angry because they have been extorted over time and over time. Somebody will be, if you are traveling, if you have traveled, let's say from Enugu to Anambra State, or from Anambra to Enugu State, you will see not less than 10 or 15 checking points or something like that. And on this checking point is either you pay to 200, 300 or something like that. Now calculate how much passengers you are carrying, how much fuel you have bought, and the rest of them. You find out that even the main gain that these drivers are getting goes to these police people, because after you have collected your transportation money, you still buy your fuel. Sometimes your car needs maintenance and the rest of them. And the police people are just there doing nothing. They are just making money out of the people. There was a video I saw the other day where a policeman was counting money, and the money was in tunes because the people has made a lot of money at that particular checking point. But on this case, this particular policeman ran out of luck and he was crushed by a truck. Let's go down to that particular information. A police officer, a police inspector, Afolabi Adeola, has died after he was hit by a truck at a checking point along the Abeokuta Sagamu motorway in Ogun State. The incident occurred on Sunday, June 29, around 12:30 p.m. near Judiciary Complex checking point in Abeokuta. The truck, said to have been loaded with 900 bags of cement, was reportedly approaching the checking point at top speed when it rammed into another truck that had stopped at checking point in compliance with police traffic control before ramming into the officer. The impact from the crash was said to have injured Inspector Adola, who was on official duty at the checking point. He was rushed to a hospital in Lagos, where he died on Monday, June 30th, shortly after undergoing an X-ray. According to a report by security analyst Zagazola Makama on his Twitter. Officer from the traffic unit visited the scene, documented the crash, and recovered both vehicles to the station for further investigation. Alright, you can see that the primary thing that caused this accident was as a result of this checking point. Most times, these police people, they stop a lot of cars, making sure that they collect money from each and every one of them. And most times, there are many times that this thing has resulted to something bad. There are many times it has resulted to something bad. All right, IPOB leaders flee criminality disorder in guise of agitation. The leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Thursday issued a stern warning to those fomenting trouble in the southeast using Biafra agitation to stop the ugly fact forthwith or be ready to thaw the wrath of the law. The group, under the supreme command of Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi warned that anyone, groups, or individuals, whether self-acclaimed commanders, agitators, or enforcers, directly or indirectly attempting to exploit the agitation for self-determination to foment violence, commit atrocities, or destabilize homeland under any guise would be severely dealt with. In a statement issued by its spokesperson, Emma Powerful, and Publicity Secretary, IPOB warned that there is no more room for any form of criminality and violence in Igbo land. The statement reads, "In recent weeks, we have observed with grave concern a disturbing escalation of insecurity in parts of the southeast and south-south, including kidnapping in Enugu and Imo states, gruesome killing of civilians and security agents in Abia and Anambra, and the indiscriminate extortion of traders and commuters in Ebonyi State. These heinous acts carried out by both state and non-state actors are completely antithetical to the ideals and philosophy of IPOB. Let it be known to all and sundry that neither Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu nor the leadership structure of IPOB, from the Directorate of State (DOS) to the last unit coordinator across the globe, has sanctioned any form of disturbance, violence, or criminal operation in Biafraland. Our leader has consistently called for total calm, restraint, strategic focus as we approach decision conclusion of his ongoing legal battle." All right, this is coming directly from Mazi Emma Powerful, who is the IPOB spokesperson. Remember that there was a circular that was passed some weeks ago. It was said in that circular by one of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's legal counsel that now nobody else should speak for him, that the spokesperson that he has chosen is Emma Powerful to represent that of the indigenous people of Biafra. All right. I also add to say people will be say when they use this opportunity, they extort people. I beg, make una kukuma dey careful, because as soon as they do these things, other people name they spoil. All right, 2027 election article Obi Mark launch ADC to unset Tinubu. All right, there has been a new party that has been launched in Nigeria, ADC. I think it's Action Democratic Congress, in order to be able to unseat Tinubu. All right, what do you think about that? Tinubu, P2B is the spearhead of Labour Party. I hope this is not a diversion of focus. Now, as it is, Atiku is here, P2B is here, and David Mark is here. Who is now going to carry the presidential flag? If it's Atiku, Atiku have done that many times in PDP and has not succeeded. But Obi had tried once with Labour Party and has gathered a lot of people and all that. Now that he is leaving Labour Party for ADC, what is the fate of Labour Party? Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate P2B, former Senate President David Mark, and other coalition leaders have officially adopted the African Democratic Congress as the platform to spearhead President Bola Tinubu's defeat in the 2027 election during the unveiling held on Wednesday at the Mark and ex-Osun State Governor Rufai Arigboshola were announced as the interim national chairman and secretary of ADC, respectively. Meanwhile, ADC's 2023 presidential candidate Dumebi Kachikwu and other members of the party's old bloc criticized Atiku, Obi, and others, accusing them of hijacking the party and claiming they lack the capacity to lead. In a separate response, the PDP acting national chairman Omar Damagum maintained that the party remains united and warned that there will be consequences for members undermining the PDP in the name of a coalition. On its part, the All Progressive Congress dismissed the opposition leader as a retired politician who have refused to step aside, asserting that the ruling party would easily defeat them in 2027 election. Against the backdrop of the hardship and lamentation caused by Tinubu's economic reform, the opposition parties are seeking to build a coalition that would defeat the president in the next presidential pool. In a bid to present a strong challenge ahead of the 2027 election, prominent opposition figures unveiled a new political coalition in Abuja on March 20th. Development sparked nationwide discussion on the potential and effectiveness of the united opposition. The Punch exclusively revealed on May 19th that the ADC had been selected as the coalition official political base. In his acceptance speech, the newly interim national chairman of the ADC, Mark, acknowledged that the efforts by the 2027 coalition to unseat Tinubu will be challenged. Let it be known to all that this coalition of national political opposition group goes beyond gaining political power. It is a concerted effort to rebuild the crumbling pillars of Nigeria democracy. Today marks the beginning of what we believe to be a long, difficult, and tedious journey. However, it is a journey that we are prepared to undertake, united in our collective belief that no price or sacrifice is too high in the service of our fatherland, he said. The ADC interim chairman stated that within 2 years in office, the current administration has taken control of key democratic institutions and is gradually steering the country toward a full-blown civilian dictatorship. He stated the blatant destabilization and infiltration of major opposition political parties is aimed at achieving only one objective: to enhance total state capture and leave Nigerians with no alternative or option in 2027. This coalition is to prevent our country's descent into one-party state. We have never seen a government so much at home with corruption, a government that disdains accountability in all ramifications, a government more concerned with the next election rather than the survival of the ordinary Nigerians, a government so totally consumed with politicking that governance is abandoned, while the majority of our people wallow in hunger and poverty. We have never seen this level of insecurity across the length and breadth of our nation. Bandits and kidnappers kill Nigerians at will and on a daily basis. Yet, this ongoing tragedy has not moved the government to any action that would stop these mindless killings and stem the tide of needless bloodshed. Mark stated that Nigerians deserve a government that ensures their safety and makes them feel secure in their own homes. He continued, equally disturbing is the total emasculation of the legislative institution. Never in our society have we witnessed a National Assembly where legislators, the trustees of the very bastion of our democracy, saddled with the sacred duty to protect Nigeria from misuse of executive power, are reduced to cheerleaders and praise singers of the president, head of the executive arm. Without doubt, the transformation of Nigeria's National Assembly to a mere appendage of presidential authority is a dangerous conspiracy against the Nigerian people. It is the reason why the government can get away with various whimsical, unconstitutional policies and actions or inactions that have reduced more Nigerians to abject poverty and widening the boundaries of insecurity and fear. All right, my wonderful people, this is coming from the ADC coalition these people, according to them, have come together and have gathered to make sure that the present government is unseated come 2027 presidential general election. This is where I'll be winding down the curtain, and if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever our news drop, you'll be the first. We'll collect them. Thank you for listening. God bless you.